Welcome to the Your Peak Life podcast. Let's conquer the summit of life and reach the apex of our potential.
All right, welcome to another episode of Your Peak Life podcast. Today we got Taina Rodriguez as our special guest. Obviously, we got Edwin and Julian Rivera in the house.
Let's go.
So, first question. How'd you meet Edwin?
I think it was 02 of November
November what?
16th. I think it was a Saturday.
Okay.
Gotcha. You know the time?
I kind of remember. I don't know the time.
You got any paperwork to prove this?
Portsmouth Naval Hospital, I think it was.
Okay.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
Got it.
Woke up and he was kind of there.
Oh, right.
Understood. Understood.
Holding me.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Damn, you're giving out your age. I wouldn't think that. Well, let us know a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 21. I got my license last year in April. I graduated high school a year early with honors. I'm actually in the process of going back to college to get my bachelor's in business with a minor of real estate.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Okay. Yep. You guys just coined the phrase before this started. What was it?
She's for real. She's a Virginia Rican. Let's just put that
Virginia
out there.
A
Rican.
Virginia Rican.
But I am too, to be fair. AKA we're Spanish, but we don't speak it. That's it. That's all.
Edwin, same thing.
No, I speak fluent Spanish, and I'm even better at Spanglish. But
I'm just Mexican.
AKA he speaks Spanish too. That's what happened.
It's a whole different Spanish, though.
It is.
Well, I mean, did you grow up here the whole time?
Yes. I've been here my whole life.
Really?
I went to the same elementary, middle school, and high school. So it was Lansdowne, middle, elementary, high. My whole life, same thing.
Did you just go there, or were you a part of the academy?
No, I went there.
Gotcha.
It was like my parents would move. So I lived several places. My dad moved all the time. My mom was more stable in one place, but we still moved. But they would always make it their men's to move in Lansdowne district.
Gotcha.
What was your dad doing that he moved so much?
Military. But really, I just think we like to move. He was also doing real estate, but we just always moved.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Houses and cars, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta upgrade,
he always changed the car,
downgrade, whatever.
always changed the house. Always. But yeah, it was even a point where my mom and dad lived in the same neighborhood. Just one was in the beginning of the neighborhood, one was at the end of the neighborhood.
well, we did that on purpose.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, so even Elijah and Taina have two different moms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So all three of us purposely lived in Lansdowne School District just for ease. You know,
I mean, talk about co-parenting at its finest.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
right?
yeah, we did all
Same school bus,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so no BS. Like for real, honestly, I co-parented very well with them. We did birthdays together.
Nice.
Like even Elijah's mom would be at all of Taina's stuff, and Taina's mom would be at all of Elijah's stuff. So it was, a unique situation. A lot of people never understood it.
Yeah.
Right? They would be like, "Yo, whoever I was with was also there."
Yeah.
So it was whoever I was with, and then my two baby mothers, and people be like, "Yo, you crazy?" I'm like, "Not really. Like, I think this is what you're supposed to do."
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
not in my
huh?
life.
Well, to be fair, that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
Right.
So my dad, I wasn't raised with my dad. My dad lived in Pennsylvania. I grew up in Jersey, in Paterson. But I remember my aunts and my mom going up to Pennsylvania, staying with my dad, all of us staying there, and then coming back to New Jersey.
Right.
So, early years, you're still in school. All the parents, like myself, we ask you, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Right? Like, get real estate out there. Like, what did you want to do?
So when I was younger, I don't even know what I wanted to do when I was younger. I knew in like 11th grade, 10th grade, I wanted to do something in criminal justice. So that's what my original major was, criminal justice. I wanted to be a defense attorney, actually. And that was just because I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and it just made me like want to make a difference kind of in that aspect. But once I was in college and was doing criminal justice, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Like, this is not for me at all. Like, I don't want to do this.
Good.
And I seen my dad doing real estate around me. It was always been in my family. Like, my dad's always done it since I was born. So
I don't think I've ever asked either one of you guys this. Like, Did you want to do this or were you voluntold?
No, I was not voluntold. So my dad always told me if I was to do real estate, I would have to want to do real estate. He said it would be pointless if he would force me to do it. I wouldn't be good at it if he forced me to do it. So I had to come up with the idea of like, okay, I want to jumpstart this. Because if it was up to him, I would have did it right when I turned 18. So I waited a little bit. I wanted to see if it was something I actually wanted to go all in. And it was.
So
I mean, good for you is that the outfit you got today, you could be a defense attorney or a realtor. So you kind of, you know,
I'm versatile.
You're definitely the chameleon of the group here. I give you that. It looks like I just came from a personal training session. So with you,
but that's Iron Valley.
That is. That's the vibe. Do your thing, right? So now that you're doing your thing, you've been in the game for now over a year. I've heard your mentor is pretty dope as well.
He is.
How do you feel the next few years for you in this business, now that you got your feet wet, are going to turn out based on the knowledge, the experience, the clients you've helped serve, et cetera, that you've dove head in and you're killing it?
So I'm hoping the next few years, obviously I obtained my broker's license by that point. My dad is the team lead. It's only me and him on my team, but eventually I'm hoping to be a team lead, whether that's taking over the home matchmaker team or creating my own team of young professionals. I don't know which one I want to do yet. Probably start off with the home matchmaker team just because it's already started. My dad will show me the ropes in the perspective of being a team lead versus being on the team. After I do that, broker, team lead, hopefully at that point, in a few years, my dad will kind of show me the ropes of how his day-to-day is versus a regular realtor or broker. He's an owner, so I kind of want to see the shadows of his day-to-day on the owner perspective. Kind of like Edgar, Mike, how you guys do your own thing.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with being a realtor.
Yeah.
Owner perspective. I'm interested in seeing that aspect too.
And that's good that you're interested. I think that's where it starts. Also, you got to want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I kind of got the opportunity because like one day I was like, Mike, what are you doing? Like, I want to learn. What are you doing back there?
Yeah.
What would you tell somebody now, you being one of the youngest realtors here in the company? I think the only younger agents are just turned 18, right?
Yeah.
But you being so young, what would you tell somebody? Like, first couple of months in real estate, you're licensed. What do you need to do?
I would tell them, really stay motivated and do not let outsiders dictate what you got going on. So a lot of the times people let their parents, grandparents, people that aren't even in the business tell them that they're crazy for doing real estate. Like, it's not consistent. You're not going to get paid every 2 weeks. You don't know when you're going to get paid. Knock all that noise out, grind, surround yourself with like-minded people, go to training, do what you have to do, and I don't see why you wouldn't succeed in real estate.
Yeah, because, right now, before you say your question, right now you're trending to be in the top 25 in our company within a year's time, right? Which is amazing for somebody who's just got licensed in a year, because here, we take our top 25 agents on a trip. And you're right there.
I'm trying to go on that trip. I'm trying to go to Jamaica. I'm trying to make it.
I think the unique thing about you, and this is just my perspective that I'll circle into a question, you're 21 years old, right? We, three of us here, used to be 21 like a few years ago. And realistically, limiting beliefs is one of the biggest hurdles that young people deal with. Even older people, depending on where they're at in life, but even then, we have to wake up every day, say our affirmations, amp ourselves up, hype ourselves up, and let's just go, right? So for you, being in a position that you're currently in now, day to day, going in and out, knowing that the other people in your friend circle usually have those limiting beliefs, usually are talking in that broke mindset. My definition of broke isn't your bank account, it's your mind. So with the people around you, most of that age group, because they're still learning, they're still growing, right? I mean, that's just part of life.
Yeah.
How do you keep that noise out and just say, let's effing go, and just keep motivated? Outside of him saying, yo, let's effing
I was
go.
going to say that voice.
Yeah, well, my dad does wake me up at like 4:50 every morning telling me, did you go to the gym? What's the dash looking like? Like, he does that. But outside of him, I don't really hang around people of my same age group.
Okay.
I mean, I have my day ones.
Right.
And all my day ones have like minds like me. Like, they might not be in the same financial situation as me, but we are all like-minded. Like, my friend Jordan, that we have the same mutual, she is now doing an internship at a marketing place, and they're gonna have. She's actually setting up right now a young women's professionals like event. So I just feel like hanging around people that know that they want to do better and have goals that may be not super obtainable right now, but they know they will get there. I feel like that's what kind of motivates me as well. Like, we all are trying to do our own thing differently, but we're all slowly getting there. I don't ever try to make my friends feel less than for being like where I'm at right now. I always try to be the motivator, and they motivate me too, just not in the same way as I do them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I think you've got a dope mentor, right? That's kind of like checking you, because I see you some days. Obviously, you know, when you're doing high volume business, there are some shitty deals. Yeah. And I've seen you in those moments when you're in here, and it's not the same young lady that I see every other day cracking jokes at the fat guy.
Yeah. I do not do that.
Picking on me just like your dad.
I don't do that. I don't make jokes. My dad does.
Side note, they pick on each other all the time. I want to be clear on this. Some days Edwin's like, yo, why you always got to pick on me, yo? Like, you're going in. I'll tell you, some days you're like, yo,
story,
Edwin, shut the hell up.
True story.
So,
she sided with me, and she was like, yeah, Dad, you're always saying something, Dad.
Yeah, she did call me out.
And I was like, yo,
because I don't just side with my dad. I don't know why people think I just go with my dad. No.
But let me get back on track. No, but those days when I've seen you down or whatever, and he's still right there to like kind of like give you that little push, like, you gotta. The problems just don't go away.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing that you learn that you don't learn at a young age, is that, you know, people put problems off, even older age. I mean, people put things off. It's like, it's just not gonna go away.
Yeah.
And in real estate, you know, there's timelines. There's a lot of money at stake, and it's like you gotta address it.
Yeah.
It's not wait for another week to go by and just ignore the calls or text messages, and he's there pushing you. And I see that behind the doors. He's like, man, Taina's feeling down today, whatever. He's said it a couple of times, like, yo, see how she's feeling, or. And
I never tell my dad when I'm feeling down. He just knows.
Tell.
Yeah,
he literally just knows.
You're like your dad.
Even when I'm not with him, though, he just knows.
We were just talking about this yesterday, wasn't I? It's like, it's funny to see you guys together because you see the same mannerisms. and here, let me. Oh, fuck, do it for the camera. But it's, I don't know if this is going to pick it up. This is Edwin and Taina. Yo. You know, it's the swaying.
swaying.
It's the, yo, the deal's gone.
And then we just
You just give it away. There is no.
Body.
I don't tell
it's
my
hard.
dad.
I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get away from that.
I would say that's one of the flaws, or one of the things that I'm trying to get better at. People know immediately if I'm in a good mood or bad mood. Like,
facts.
You could look at me and be like, yo, let's not talk to Edwin.
Yeah.
You know,
that's like me.
But that's usually how it is with high energy people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? You just high energy all the time, and sometimes you just get drained. But I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Father.
So how do you handle the objection of a client that says, hey, you only been in the business for a year. Why should I use you, or why should I listen to you?
I've actually faced this before. I usually just say, yes, I've only been in the business for a year, but I work alongside people who've been in the business forever. My father, who was also my team lead, been doing this for 20 years. I've been around it my whole life, not only since before I got licensed, but now that I'm currently licensed, I see it head on. During my 1 year, I've done 24 deals, when in comparison, most agents do way less. I really don't even know the number, but they don't do that much. So I just feel like it's not about how long I've been in the business, but what I've done while I've been in the business. And I feel like I've been.
Yeah, you're more qualified that over, where are we at?
5-year agent.
8,500 agents in our market, literally.
Yeah. So
basically, you could say I've been in the business since I was born.
Yeah, literally.
I haven't been in the business for a year. I've been in it my entire life.
Basically.
So let's just be clear on that.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you handle that objection. But
yeah, which I got some videos with her. I want to throw them back.
What?
I got some old school horrible marketing footage where she's helping me put up real estate signs.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, it's super like cringe.
you got to do it. You got to do it.
I got to print that out. I gotta bring that up.
Oh, yeah, it was.
That's only going to help with the sales. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it would.
It will.
They
But
love the daddy-daughter duo.
It's the
Some people do
yeah.
and some people don't.
relatability, though, right? Because
Yeah.
there's dads, there's daughters, everyone out there. That right there, I'd choose it over that all day because you're being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you're also telling the story. The stories
Yeah.
sell. That's just what at the end of the day is what it is.
Yeah.
I want to pivot to you.
Go ahead.
Yo, you're doing a podcast right now
Mm-hmm.
across from your daughter that's been in the game her entire life because of you. How do you feel right now in this moment
Proud.
being able to say that you're able to do this with your daughter?
Proud, happy, excited. I like Taina said it earlier. I didn't really push her. I didn't push her to do anything. Like whatever she wanted to do, I was always with it. Like I never played soccer a day in my life. I didn't even know soccer. But Taina wanted to play soccer, so I became a soccer dad. Right? That's just who I am.
Right.
I don't ever like try to push people to do things. I think it needs to come naturally. But as far as like the father aspect, you know, it's super cool. It's exciting. I get nervous, right? Because real estate's a tough freaking business.
Yeah.
Period. Right. And there's certain times where even me, I'm just defeated. Right. I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to do this. Right. There's times where a deal just drags you down. And I guess that's what my concern is. I just want to make sure that I keep her motivated and she sees, the light at the end of the tunnel. But to answer the questions, I'm proud. I think that it's kind of a mixture of proud and wanting her to do more. Right? Like, yeah, she's doing great. Don't get it twisted. But also don't get it twisted. She could do way better. And I think that she's going to head to that direction, But yeah, man, I'm proud, bro. I'm happy. I enjoy being with my family, though. I'm just who I am. Me and Taina always had a great relationship for a lot of her life. Her mom was in the military. Her mom was deployed. So a lot of her life, it was only me and Taina. I struggled as a dad, young, especially with like doing her hair and shit like that, right? It was horrible.
I had such long hair.
Yes, it was, I struggled as a dad. So I don't even got hair. Like, what? But to see her doing well, and Taina left at 17 years old.
Yeah.
She's 21 years old, and most people look at her like she's a young kid, but she's had an apartment since 17. She graduated a year early. Taina's done everything early her whole life. She never struggled with school. She was always on the honor roll, principal's list. So I'm just excited to see where it leads to, because this isn't the end. Like real estate sales is just one aspect of what I believe, her route's going to be. Because, we already got a plan on flipping houses, building new constructions, eventually her being a team lead and leading other professionals. So, we have a whole plan, but the plan's only executed if Taina puts it in place, because it's not going to be put in place by me. Nothing will succeed. It won't have any longevity if I'm the driving factor.
Right.
So, and it's cool because there's not a lot of people that I can joke that can come right back at me. Right?
I can.
So she could definitely, like, she's quick with it. So
Yep, that
it's
she
fun.
is.
Yep.
He's lying. He know I don't even joke. I don't joke, Edgar.
You
My dad
absolutely
does.
do.
My dad does.
So are you, so let's just say fast forward 5 years, Taina. You're 26 years old. What does that picture look like?
26 in 5 years. I see myself, so I do want to do real estate forever. By that time, I'm hoping that I'm at a financial freedom, stability place where I have the opportunity to do other things within real estate. Like, I've always wanted to do interior design, like my whole life. So that's something that I kind of want to incorporate in my business. But by that time, I'm going to be a broker. I'm going to be a team lead. I'm going to have a lot of different roles. So just being smart with my money, where I don't have to worry about if I'm under contract or my next sale, because I have that savings. I can now branch out and do what I actually really want to do, be in tune with my little creative side. I'm just interested in that, and I'm excited for 5 years from now because I know I'm gonna be in a whole different place.
Damn right.
Yeah. And
definitely.
speaking of finances, obviously being so young, you see those months where you're making tens of thousands of dollars. I'll just
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It was crazy. It was so crazy because literally like 15 months ago, I was living paycheck to paycheck. And in my reality, that paycheck to paycheck was good. Like compared to my friends, I was like making more than them.
Yeah.
But we were all pretty much like $15 an hour, $14
Right.
an hour. So I'm like, I'm chilling. I'm making like $16, $17 an hour. Like I'm good. I'm paying rent. Me and my boyfriend paying rent. We're good. Then I get my real estate license and it's like, whoa, like this is what people make in a year. I am making this like right now.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah. And
It was-
they'll
it
make
was
that for
crazy.
the rest of their lives and they're satisfied, right? And then when you see that, it's like you can't go back, right?
Yeah, no.
And the cool thing is your dad has gone through the experiences already, and then we've had these conversations with you establishing yourself with your LLCs, your
Yeah.
S corps, the CPAs.
Yeah.
I think you're going to avoid a ton of hurdles that the person before you has already gone through.
All day.
Yeah.
So you're already, those 5 years are going to look way better than ours.
I think I can speak for all of us as dads. Our goal is to get our children in a better position than we currently are in faster. But they still have to want and do it, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yes.
day, we can paint the whole picture, but the goal is not to paint the picture. Here's the canvas, here's the template, but you still got to fill in the lines. You
Yeah.
still got to draw it. And don't worry, if you go outside the lines a little bit, that's part of the journey. You got to enjoy that journey. But you got to do the work. You're doing the work.
Yeah.
But you know the journey's just starting,
Yeah.
which is dope though.
yeah.
You know?
I'm excited.
Right, exactly. So who's a better real estate agent, your dad or Edgar?
I've never worked alongside Edgar. I'm going to say my dad.
I just want to see what she say.
We've never done a deal together.
No.
No?
No.
No.
Wow.
I've only done a deal with Eric.
But I can say this. Before I got my license, and this was before my dad was even an owner,
Yeah.
all I hear was, yo, I got to be Edgar's team. Like, we have to be Edgar's team.
Oh, wow.
We
You
ha-
really
we have
put
to
that
be
out
Edgar.
there?
Recorded.
We have to be Edgar's team. It's like, yo, like, Edgar and my dad, they're just,
Which never happened, by the
Right.
way.
he did tell me didn't you beat their
I
team?
beat him the first year.
Yeah.
I did.
I did show up late to the firm, so they only
He,
counted
what was it late? It was 1 month.
That counts.
like late May. Okay.
That,
It was
look,
1 month. Let's
We'll
be
put
clear.
the
I
numbers.
did beat him. But I don't even want to go into that because your team was not really a team. Like, I wouldn't want it's too long.
That's how I treated it.
look. But yeah. So Edgar and my dad, they're just super cool. They're both the same, not the same, but Spanish, great realtors, had their own team, and now they're both owners. Like anyone could possibly see that they would both go up together.
Right.
So I think it's
Yeah.
pretty dope. I just never done a deal with him. But I
Right.
know he's a good agent. If my dad was, we gotta beat their team. Like my dad doesn't care about beating anyone's
Right.
team. So
But it's also friendly competition, right? So
Yeah.
if you don't have
It is.
if you don't have the individual that you're chasing or the company you're chasing or whatever, and you're at the top, it doesn't feel good
Yeah.
Right.
after
Well,
a while.
everybody's
you know what I
numbers
mean?
went up
Yeah.
year over year as a whole, right?
Yeah.
You know, where it was like, man, we did X amount of millions of sales volume this year. It went up the following year or
Yeah.
whatever, and
Yeah.
everybody leveled up across the board.
which is good.
It is good.
Yeah.
And it was friendly competition. And also we got to, I think, create some of the culture that's here now.
Right.
Because as team leads, we all, and that was his idea was, yo, let's do this event because I'm not from here. So I don't know a lot of spots. And with the small kids, I don't go out at
Right.
all. So he's like, I know this spot. I know this spot. Let's get the teams together. And it started, we started a lot of collaborations and we created that camaraderie that we miss, like, I guess, in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody that gets out of the military, that's the thing that they always say. I don't miss the military. I just miss the camaraderie.
Right.
Yeah.
The brotherhood that you guys create.
And we
sisterhood you
created
guys-
that
all
here.
that stuff. Yeah.
And it was a training platform
Yep.
to where like I knew a lot of stuff, but Edgar knew stuff I didn't know.
right.
Right? So I would train our teams on the stuff that I knew, and the stuff I didn't know, Edgar would do it.
That's dope.
So it was kind of easier for us.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
we did it to help each other out.
Right.
Yeah.
But it also made us stronger. We competed, but we did like pretty much everything together, like as teams. Home matchmaker team, Realty Fever group. like all our events, all our trainings, like going to each other's houses. You know, the Friday trainings that are happening now, like we did that. Like
Yeah, we'd come here in the afternoons and we'd buy lunch and we'd be here in the evenings, 5 p.m., whatever.
I remember that.
I mean, one thing I'll say from an outsider perspective looking in, you're all dope in your own rights. And what do you kids say nowadays? If you know, you know, right?
Yeah.
But we all don't know everything. So the minute that you stop ABLing, always be learning, that's you being complacent as hell. And being complacent is almost the worst drug out there because you're just chilling. Whenever I ask somebody, it's like, yo, how you doing? I'm chilling. Really? Like, how you doing? Like, I'm asking you for a reason, not just to get a candid response.
That's. I guess he's offended. That's always my answer.
No, dog.
Chilling.
Like, come on, bro. What are you doing? I ask because I care, not because I want to. Like,
Chilling.
it's a big difference. But with you, I love seeing you standing up there training, dog. Like, you're a beast
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah, you're a good
I'm not even
trainer.
joking.
That's
I'm,
your platform.
I am
Yeah.
putting this on record. You're a beast when it comes down to training. But you have the energy mixed with the knowledge, but your delivery is key. Because the way that you deliver it, everyone can relate because you're just being you, dog.
Yeah.
Like straight up,
appreciate
you
that.
are. And then in the back end with you and how you excel and everything that you do, but you're like the quiet guy in the back, but you're not the quiet guy in the back because you know what the F you're doing. That's the role you want to play.
Yeah.
And that's a dope ass role and you slay it. Like everyone slays it in their own way. And what I've seen in the brief time of me knowing you, you're killing it in the role that you're doing. You're learning, you're growing. You have dope mentorships. You're not just headstrong and like, I got this. No, you're listening, you're learning. Obviously, you're going to do stuff and make mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
But if you don't, what's the acronym of FAIL? First attempt in learning. You got to fail forward, yo. And at least you're failing forward with some dope-ass mentors, a.k.a. the people you surround yourself with, but most importantly, your pops.
I agree.
One thing that we ask all our guests towards the end is, do you have any questions for any one of us? Anything?
A question?
You got to ask
Anything.
us all one thing, yo.
I gotta ask you all one thing.
Yeah, individually.
What did you do your first year in production?
It was only I was on the team. I didn't join the team until like 6 months later, and it was only like 12 deals.
But that's still a lot.
That's a lot. For the
Yeah,
first year.
that's a lot.
Yeah. Once I picked it up, it was about 12 deals. But
That's
yeah,
good.
and that was it. And I think I only made like because the splits and everything's like 70 grand.
That's still.
No, it was good, but I wish I would have done it sooner.
Right.
By myself.
How old were you when you first got your license?
Oh, I didn't get licensed. I was 2017 February 2017 is when I got licensed. So I didn't start real estate until was it 37?
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
don't know why I thought it was younger, but that's cool. Julian,
Yeah.
that's a question.
Same question or different one?
I'll ask you. I mean, I'm gonna ask you another one, but yeah, answer that too. What did you do your first?
9 million volume, took home gold from Hurrah, and won Rookie of the Year.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to get. That's exactly how I'm trying.
But
to
it's all
get.
facts. But I had dope team, dope leadership, and dope mentorship with Eli Miller. Like straight up. Like he took me under the wing and I listened. And I went forward with that. I acted on it. I had to work. It's not like, here, do. No, you got to work.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that was my first year. But that was my goal. And I hit my goal. Actually, I exceeded my goal.
And what made you want to come to Iron Valley?
To be fair, and I say this all the time, I don't give it. This is no shade on Iron Valley as a brand. It doesn't matter the brand. It is the people that I'm surrounding myself with. Show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
Dead ass. And with Edgar, Mike, Eric, June, Jama, LJ, I mean, everyone's a killer. Everyone is motivated. Everyone's family oriented.
Yeah.
Everyone is not the same if you pick up what I'm throwing down there. They all bring their own uniqueness from nationality, experience, age, everything to the table, but they all have a very comparable goal. And that was huge in my decision because I've only been at one other brokerage outside of this.
Okay.
So that was my main reason for coming over to Iron Valley. Then now throw the brand in there. Everything else there is like dope. And to be fair, they stole my name with Do Your Thing as a DJ. So I had to come back and borrow it and trade
That was just local.
Yeah.
We're going national.
correct.
Yeah.
I'm joking on that one. But that was just an ironic thing, by the way. I've been DJ Do Your Thing since forever.
Oh, dope.
And that was not a big player. It's just one of the
Hey,
things.
it's just
Yeah.
So
We got
I was 23 years old when
When
I
you
got
first-
my license.
Was
Yeah.
that like 30 years ago?
It was in 03.
50 years ago.
03. So it was 24.
24 years ago.
I was
24. You were.
yeah, I was
24.
24 years old and I
Okay.
sold 5 houses my first year, which was in 03 houses weren't
Yeah.
like the price that they are today.
No.
So I probably did 400,000 in 5 houses. You know, I don't know. I would have to go back and look. To matter of fact, I was doing a video the other day. My first client was your godfather, Uncle Joe. Yep, that was my first client.
That's
It was a
crazy.
listing.
Small world.
Yep.
Is that how you met him? Or no?
No,
You already knew him.
Yeah, we met
Your
in boot
godfather.
camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell your house, and you know what? You want to be the godfather of my
Yeah.
daughters too.
Oh yeah, I was already born. One year
Dope
old.
dude.
That's closing costs. All right.
Yeah. No, I got to Virginia. I came to Virginia because of Joe Carter. Joseph
remember
Carter
you told me
was
that.
my best friend still to this day. Probably the most successful person I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't talk about him much, but like his company's worth, I don't know, 300 million or something.
Right.
Like that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
is it? That's only what he has like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't talk about him. Like he's in the tech. He's into a lot of different things. He's just on a different level.
Yeah, right.
But just super dope, dude. That's how I met everybody. Breon and Dion, all of them. You know what I mean? I met everybody through Joe Carter. That's really what brought me up. He graduated from Salem High School.
Okay. It's on deck.
Right.
Like my mom.
Yep. And I was 18. He just graduated. So all of his boys, some of them were still in high school. I just like got into that crew, and they were pretty known. The Carter boys. If you're from the area,
Then
they everybody do the Carters, man. They were unique.
Well, I'm gonna let your dad take this home.
Thank you for tuning in on another episode of Your Peak Life. Make sure you subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you next week.
Take it easy.